Hi everyone, welcome to our final workshop. Today, in addition to the main topic, we will answer your questions that you asked in the comment of our previous workshops. So we will do it at the end, but today only Vlad with us today. Chris couldn't join us for technical reasons. So Vlad, thanks for being with us. And let's get started.
Yes, hello everyone. So this is probably going to be some of a shorter workshop session because I actually relied on Chris to to do all the hard work, but unfortunately he couldn't join. So I'm going to I want to talk a little bit more about the analytics part of the Telegram applications of the Ton ecosystem and the ecosystem, the analytics ecosystem in general. And I'm going to show you how we create the product that can help you in measuring your audience and measuring interaction, etc. And how to use this tool, how to opt in to our solution, what are the methods that you can use, etc. And yeah, and then we're going to answer, or probably I'm going to answer the questions. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me know when you see my screen, please.
Yes, everything is good.
All right, thanks. So as we in our workshops mentioned before, there are some drastic differences between the mini applications in Telegram and the mobile apps audience behavior. And to quickly recap, so in the mini applications, the attention spans are quite short. So if a person is using a mobile application, we expect that the person is involved in the task that he or she is doing and can spend the periods of time that we want, basically, right? So if we got the attention, then it's up to us to engage the user. But in Telegram, as you know, when using mini applications, building mini applications, you always want to understand that the user gets easily distracted. Then so this is essentially a messaging app. So the user will receive messages, user will close the application, etc. So the session times or like session duration per user is not something that you want to pay a lot of attention in regards of the analytics inside your application. So what you want to track instead is the engagement in the number of page views or the journey or the funnel to basically the target action. And of course, those are not like all the differences between mini apps and other web or mobile products. But with that in mind, we created the analytics tool that is specific to Telegram ecosystem. One second. Yeah. So the standard analytics tools like Amplitude, Mixpanel, Pulsehog, or even TGStat, they can provide some data around the usage for example, not only the Telegram application, but also the Telegram channel, for example, right? And then there's actually no targeting. So if you want to launch some ad campaign to bring the best audience for your application or for the channel, or basically for your whole ecosystem, this doesn't really work with the tools that are currently there. So we merged these two components basically together to provide the ultimate suite for analyzing what is your audience, what does it do, what are the user actions, and then if you want to attract more audience or you want to create advertising, you can get you can get the advanced targeting to bring the most valuable audience, and you can compare sources, you can compare the cost, etc. So we have this landing telemetry.io for basically most of the features that you can get, but we are now building the new version of our dashboard application, and this is how it currently looks like. It's in closed alpha, but I will provide a way for you to get the access to it as quick as possible. So some of the data is marked on some of the charts, but basically you can see all of the events that are happening inside of your application, right? So and I will show you how to collect those events and how to install the telemetry SDK, or use the API if you prefer. So you can see everything that users are doing inside your application, and you can see how many users are returning and how many users are actually new to your application. And there are some Web3 analytics as well. So we can, if user is connected to your application, and we can see the wallets that's on wallet. We can also provide Web3 analytics, and there's a breakdown on the clients and on the operating systems. Yeah, so there's a Web3 dashboard, so you can see which wallets your users are using, and what are the balances, what are the spendings, etc. And there's also segmentation that you can build, funnels and retention analytics. So this is basically the more in-depth version of what you can get by installing, for example, Google Analytics or something like that. Also, we are now working on integrating Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. So you can use our dashboard to also get data from Google Analytics if you have it installed somewhere. So you will have the single hub, basically single hub for this. And so in terms of how you can install it, it's relatively easy. So we have right now we have 3 supported ways of you doing that. You can use the React SDK, or you can also use the just JS script that is provided in our open source repository on GitHub. And we have React SDK for frontends, and we have the Python SDK for backends. And then we have the raw HTTP API and the REST API that you can plug in and incorporate into your dashboards, into your data pipelines if you have those. So you don't have to maintain a lot of dashboards or multiply your sources of information. You can just plug in our API and see it inside your dashboard if you have one. So in terms of installing the React SDK, it's basically it's quite simple, right? So as you expect, you to the npm install of telemetry, or using Yarn if you prefer, and then what I want to do is inside your main, inside your root, basically application file, you want to import TWA analytics provider from Ton Solutions to Telemetry React, and this is how you import the import analytics, and then you just wrap your application. You just wrap your application in the TWA analytics provider with project ID, API key, and type name. By the way, those are public. Those are public strings. We have it in our open source repository called, I think, React TWA boilerplate. So we actually have this open source, so you can just grab it and use it. It have the telemetry pre-installed. You just have to insert your keys, right? So you just wrap it into the provider, and for the default, for the basic use, that's it. So what the SDK does by default, it grabs all the default events that are happening inside your application. For example, those are page views, initiating functions, etc. So by default, it's collecting information for you already. But if you want to set up some, I don't know, like funnels and some custom additional information that you want to collect, then inside your view, inside your page, in React, you import the use TWA event, and then use event builder track, and there you can actually name the event anything you like, and let's see here. Yeah, so this is a good example. So inside your function that you want to track, you add event builder track, and then you can name it whatever you want, and then you can send additional information inside the inside this event, right? So in your dashboard, you are going to see all of the events that you have set up for specific functions, and then you can create like funnels, and then you can create retention paths, etc. So of course, it's all customizable in terms of the date range, and we also plan on customizing the dashboard itself, so you can switch windows, and you can switch modules, etc. And you also can change all the settings that your SDK is collecting inside your dashboard. So you can collect events from bot, from channel, from mini apps. You can set up basically all the settings that you want, like all the events that you want by default. And you can search for classes, tags, commands, etc. So you can track basically everything that is happening inside your application and around. This is this whole version, I believe. Yeah. So you can also connect a Telegram channel, and you can connect a notifications channel. This is time notifications and updates, and you can also send push notifications to your audience also through this through the dashboard using the dashboard, and it will send the notifications in the bot. And of course, you can choose the audience that will receive it. So you can also segment the audience right there. That's simply that, actually. So this is how you set up and start receiving the events. It's free. We are in we are in closed beta, basically closed from alpha to beta. We can provide you with access. And the easy way is to join, is either join our group or go to Tom.solutions and join the waitlist right now. Or I don't know, like Vladimir, is there a way that we can show the links? What do you suggest? So people can just, start using the product?
I think we can add in description after our stream. And also we can add it, send me please, and I'll add to our main group in Telegram after with link on YouTube. So yes, I'll add to both YouTube description and Telegram group.
So yeah, thanks. What I wanted to emphasize on, this is not intended to be a whole like self-promotional session, because the problem is there is no other tool like what we're building. So we really believe that that is something of a value to all of the developers, to all of the businesses that are presenting in the Telegram ecosystem, and are building mini applications as well. So if we had another tool, I would show another tool, but there's none. And the specifics there is that we not only like track what users are doing in terms of usual web interactions, like Google Analytics, for example, but we also provide information on Telegram specific things like user information, right? So the user information that we can actually show and provide. So we can provide user journeys. So we can, we can group traces, and we can make slices of traces for Telegram users, and we can match those Telegram users with some other channels. We can match those with the interest patterns. We can create graphs, etc. So this is what makes this tool stand out from the standard analytics provider. So we are Telegram tailored specifically.
Yeah, great. You guys make definitely useful tool for all us. I personally will use your product, so thank you for that.
Thanks.
And now let's get to the questions. I guess we have some question in this stream, and we can start from them. And then I've also collected some questions from our previous workshops. So let's get started from today's questions. First, shall we consider users who blocked use when we are calculating the user retention?
We usually approach this like this. We have this event collected when user blocks us, right? And we build a different cohort for those users, and we usually do not apply those two retention metrics, but we build the different pipeline. So basically, we build the pipeline with so-called like successful usages and basically blocked usages. And successful usages, those if users block us, that's basically something that we want to measure, but we don't directly apply to the retention. We don't directly apply to the general funnel. So this is this is an outstanding. This is the separate metric that we want to measure. And actually, this is a very good question because the number of users that have blocked us, or blocked the product, blocked the bot, this is also a very good metric. So you basically, of course, you do want to pay attention to this. So if user is blocking us, that could mean a couple of things, but you better know the number of users overall that have blocked us and the relative number, like the percent of users that blocked us related to users who are still using the product.
Next question. Okay, it's not question to you, Vlad, but I can answer. I would like to hear your opinion on something. Let's imagine team is in process of finishing demo version of product. What would be the optimal strategy for them? And then also launch as soon as possible, apply for support and grants from Ton Foundation, wait for Hackathon to finish to possibly get funding, and allow to finish technical parts. I, as organizer of Hackathon, can tell you that Hackathon is the best way to you, but I can't answer without details. It's better to all this individual. So I can say right now just that Hackathon is good way because we don't organize Hackathon many times. So yeah, for now I can just say that Hackathon is good way to you.
I would approve that position. Hackathon is the great way, and in early days, in other teams, for example, I used to participate in hackathons. This is the great way to be discovered. This is a great way moving forward to get your audience. Of course, this is the great way to be discovered by the community. To show up your product and show up your skills as professionals, and it's overall fun, right? So hackathons are fun.
Yeah, I tried to put a question. Okay, I tried to put a question from our previous workshops to comments right now, but I
Okay.
can't. Okay, I just read it. Question about Telegram cloud storage. Thank you all for what you provide. For Telegram cloud storage, can I access to it from the bot? I mean, if I want to build small store with dashboard, how I can save users input and list them in dashboard? Can I do it with Telegram cloud storage, or should I use some external services like Firebase? Please help me, and thank you in advance.
Yeah, so the specifics of the Telegram storage, as we mentioned on a separate workshop about this, on a separate part, is that this the Telegram storage is front-end accessible, and you can't really connect it to your backend because I mean you can, but this is not persistent, right? The Telegram storage is only available when the user is online and the user is interacting with your application. As soon as user is not interacting with your application, you should stop using that. We basically lose connection to the cloud storage. So the way if you want to access the data from Telegram storage and synchronize it with your backend, I would suggest that you use a different, a separate database or storage solution, whatever it can be, key value storage or relative database or whatever you prefer on your backends to synchronize this data. And this is also a very good practice for fallbacks. When something goes wrong with Telegram cloud storage, and it can, unfortunately it can, because actually, like last week, we caught an exception that got rendered cloud storage not working in one of our applications. And for this situation, you want to have a fallback. So if you have error success in the TCS, and your front end basically knows that you have errors because you want to handle this, you need to provide a fallback. So your backend is in place, and it can substitute the information that you have stored about the user instead of trying to use TCS if it's not working. So if you want to have some persistent data that you want to work with while user is not using your application, you would want to have a separate database.
Yeah, cool. Next question to Big, so I'll make it a bit shorter. The main question is, what are the best practices for the app authentication in Telegram when some of user information has to be stored in blockchain, but some of information has to be stored in database?
So there are a lot of ways. Basically, of course, you can do that in terms of the separating and storing some of the information on the off-chain and on-chain. Basically, the way we use it, the way we create it is we are using AWS services, specifically Cognita, for user authentication, and we allow traditional user authentication methods like signing up or login with email and password, as well as social logins. For example, the Google authentication, which, as you can kind of see, is one of the major methods of authentication right now in the whole startup and web products area. So if you expect your application to be somehow opened, not inside the Telegram context, for example, right? So, for example, you have the universal application that can be accessed from the browser and can be accessed from Telegram at the same time, for example, right? You want to combine authentication methods that are incorporating the social authentications like Google and other methods, Telegram authentication, which comes out of the box with Telegram library if you install it on the front end of your application, right? So if user opens your application inside of the Telegram context, inside of Telegram, you would want the Telegram application to rule and to take place. So user will be authenticated immediately, right? Just because we know who this user is, because it's Telegram. Or if user is operating outside of Telegram, or for some reason wants to, for example, add additional accounts like Google to his profile, you can also support that. But this is not necessary. You can work with only Telegram authentication front end, and this is fine. And with this authentication, you can also use Telegram Cloud Storage for storing access tokens and storing some user information as well. So those comes in handy when utilized together. And in terms of storing some of the information on chain, so basically at the same time of authentication, it depends on your authentication methods. Do you do it from front end or do it from the back end? You want to call the on-chain methods, on-chain NPIs, or whatever you're using to interact with blockchain, with Ton, for example, to write this data. And on your backend, you want to associate this blockchain entry with your traditional database entries, right? So you would want to match user on blockchain and on off chain. So this is how I would go. This is a method I would recommend, but this is a really, really big question. It's a really vague question. There are multiple ways to do that, and probably if you contact us and you ask some specifics, we will answer in a more precise way.
I want to ask you too, if we talk about the app inside Telegram, what do you think about Tone Connect? Do you use it without two-way? If you don't want to use email, password, just button, connect wallet, and that's it.
Yes, that's correct. We also use Tone Connect if that's required for the application. We've just built an e-commerce application that is using Tone Connect, and it uses the Tone as the primary and only payment method. So we authenticate users not only with Telegram, but we also authenticate users with Tone Connect. This is not necessary for the user. This is not required, but this is basically required, of course, to make a payment. But we don't force user to connect with Tone Connect just to authenticate with the application, because we do know who this user is, right? Because it's inside Telegram, we already know who this user is. But if user wants to do something that is of value to him or her, like make a purchase or a value for us, then that matters. We use Tone Connect, and we show the Tone Connect button always, but we don't force user to use it.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. It's interesting topic. I want to ask one more. You said about Telegram Cloud Storage. You said store token to Telegram Cloud Storage. Is Telegram Cloud Storage safe enough? For example, if I know Telegram ID account from user, will I be able to get some information about him from Telegram Cloud Storage? For example, token.
You would never acquire such an information, because retrieving the information about a specific user requires this user to be authenticated with Telegram. So you basically have to be authenticated as this user with standard Telegram means, using the standard protocols and with all the Telegram encryption. So if you are not part of the roof, you won't be able to do that.
Okay, so there's encryption, so it's not
Yes,
like
yes.
just how to say, it's not like map for everyone. It's map with encryption. Yes.
Yes, this is not public information. Imagine it as you know, you have dialogues, right, in your Messenger on Telegram. Imagine this like, for example, your saved messages tab, right? And so you can't access another user's saved messages, right? You can only access your saved messages. So for us to access that information, we have to ask user to authenticate, and then we can retrieve this information. And this is specific only to our application and only to this user.
Nice, cool. Okay, next question. I sent question in the comment because this is a short question. How to integrate Telegram mini apps with IPFS decentralized storage? Actually, I can answer on this question. Since Telegram mini app is a website, you can connect IPFS in the same way as for any web application. In general, there are services that simplify the work with IPFS. For example, I can recommend Pinata Cloud, and I can recommend to use it. So there is nothing specific about integration with IPFS with Telegram mini app. You just install a library or SDK and work as in a normal web application. So that's my answer. Yeah, Vlad, if you want, you can add something.
Yeah, I believe this is a pretty good answer. So yeah, there are some tools, some middleware to allow you to easier connect your IPFS storage, whatever storage it is, like tone storage, or if you're using another blockchain, for example, for some reason. And yeah, there are just simple Google. There are a lot of tools that you can basically utilize. And if you're using like Python or Node or React development, there are packages and there are libraries that can help you plug in any IPFS storage you want. Tone storage as well. So this is not something really, you know, brain screwing. This is quite straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. Next question is, can you please recommend me what scale of a frame shall I use in Figma to create mini app design? Maybe I missed it in the video. Thanks.
Good question. Good question. What scale of frame? So this depends on the product that you're doing, right? So for the most use cases, you want to use the mobile frame size. I don't remember what exactly in Figma the frame size is. Let me quickly see. Frame for yeah, it's something like 400 to whatever. Like we use 400 bytes, and I think it's gonna work for you. So this is the frame bytes you want to use, and this is a preset from Figma. But some of the applications you might consider your users to use in full screen. This is not really Telegram native experience. But for example, our telemetry product, right? This our analytics product. It's also available inside the Telegram mini application. But as you can imagine, the analytics tool is not really suitable for mobile experience. So when you want to see a lot of charts and tables, this is not an ideal mobile experience. So we when we interact with our users, we find out and we plan for it that some of them, they just enlarge the screen and make it like a desktop size if they're using it on the computer, on a laptop. So it's just better to use it that way. So it really depends on the case of your application. You can treat it as a standard web application to some extent, but as a default setting, you would want to go with a standard like iPhone screen size, like 380 to 400 pixels wide. And in terms of the height, it really doesn't matter. The shorter the better, of course, but it depends on the functionality of your application.
Right. Next question is,
You're muted.
there is... Okay. Are you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I ask you the same. Yes, I can hear you. Vlad, do you hear me or not?
Can anyone hear us?
Okay, one moment.
Can anyone hear us now?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh, you can hear us both. So that's me.
Maybe only
can't hear anything.
Okay, so you can hear. Okay, you can. We
What
can continue and.
I'm sorry. Let me refresh the page, maybe.
Okay, maybe only Vlad didn't hear. I can ask next question because I can answer this question. Okay, next question is, there is a mini app catalog like Google Play in the Telegram, and how to publish your mini app there. Actually, I want to send right now, before our workshop, I asked our Telegram mini apps lead, and he sent me one bot, like app moderation bot. I don't know. I hope you can see it in the comments right now. So that's the answer. Anyway, I'll add this bot to our to the description of this workshop. Okay, I hope Vlad join us soon. Now I just read next question. Okay, let's wait, Vlad. Oh, Vlad, how are you doing?
Oh my god, I got the sent. Sorry, it was the problem on my part, I guess. My browser stopped just turned off all the sound. I couldn't hear anything. I'm sorry.
Okay, can you hear me right now?
Yes, yes, I can.
Nice.
This is the lesson not to use Arc browser. Use Chrome, just Chrome.
Okay. But everyone was able. Everyone was heard you.
Yeah, okay. I imagine it looked so stupid. I'm sorry. I just didn't know what happened.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Next question is, on the top of our existing Telegram mini app, we are able to integrate other Telegram bot libraries and create programmable commands for the bot. Thanks. Yes, that's the question.
Yeah. Yes. The short answer is yes. You are able to integrate other Telegram bot functions. So the Telegram mini application, Telegram web application is mainly just the web page. This is the front-end application that you're showing to the user, and it connects with the bot API token, as you know, with the backend. If you have one, and you better have one. So it connects to your backend, and on your backend, whatever library you are using, or whatever library you want to add or switch, you can of course do that. So this is also quite straightforward. You can program any logic on your backend beside handling your Telegram mini application. This is quite possible.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. Next question is I sent it, but I don't see it in our program. Okay, I just read it. Hello everyone. We need to integrate the Telegram bot Node plus Grammy with the React.js mini app. The name of library html.js/SDK React. And the question is, how can this be better and more correctly implemented? Webhooks, Express, or maybe in some other way? If anyone knows, please tell me.
Let me ingest the question. Okay, so the Telegram bot, the backend is built on Node with Grammy library, right? And the React mini application. React mini application. I don't really think that the SDK React really matters. You can choose whatever. More correctly implemented webhooks, Express. I would not recommend webhooks. I would recommend. I would possibly recommend Express or something like that. Vladimir, what do you think? Any other suggestions? I wouldn't recommend webhooks.
Okay, that's the answer.
Yeah. Well, really, this is a specific question. We have to think it through. But one thing I want to tell webhooks are not good at this in this regard. Try something like Express or some other way.
Yeah, I think it's not very clear question. So
well,
yeah,
it kind of is. I kind of understand what person wants to know, but yeah, it depends on the functionality. And if it's a binary question, Express or webhooks, Express.
Yeah. So I see last question. I want to put in our chat and we can see it, I guess. Yes. Question is it possible to create an NFT that represent a game object, character or level 1 trends? Okay, question is, I see, is it possible to modify NFT after mint, after it minted? And answer is yes, it's possible. I implemented it on Tact, so all you need to do it is make your NFT contract modifiable for the metadata. Also, I know that GetGems has such a fancy contract in open source, but if you knock me in DM, I'll send you my contract on Tact. So yes, it's quite simple. You just need to make editable your metadata which stores on smart contract.
This is one way to do it, and the other way that is not really, not really, not really standard in terms of blockchain, but you can host your metadata off chain, and then you can easily change it on your site. Basically, changing the file on your server. A lot of ton collections, they utilize this method. I don't know about right now, but last year a lot of the most popular collections, they had their metadata off chain. They just hosted JSON files on the server. So this is the easiest way, but this is not probably the most appealing to the audience way of hosting the metadata.
Yeah, so you have two ways. You can choose what you want. Okay, we finished. There are no more questions. I see one question right now, right? Like in our chat, so we can answer on them and finish our workshop. Where do we get the test ton? Is there any faucet? I mean the best faucet. Okay. Actually, I don't know what now, but Vlad, maybe you know?
Test giver bot. Yeah, test giver bot.
Test giver bot. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you can search for ton test giver in the Telegram, and then you can request some testnet tons there. I think they sound like 2 tons at a time, something like that.
Yeah, I found. I just sent in our chat. So yes. Okay. And last question is how to can you explain how to achieve vertical scroll smoothie in Android devices?
I don't know what you mean by unsmooth scroll on Android devices. So Android devices, the way that Telegram applications work, they are using standard browser components of application of operating system. So on iOS, you would expect that Telegram will use Safari inside of previewing Telegram applications, and like at least Safari standards. And on Android, this is Chrome. So by default, it's Chrome, right? So you would expect that this would be Chrome. So if you want to achieve some kind of smooth scrolling, there are a lot of libraries that you can use. You can just, if you're using React or something like that, you can just Google some smooth scrolling library or like a component that you can plug into your application. And this will achieve, probably that way you will achieve what you want. But yeah, the question doesn't really define what smooth scrolling is on Android. But I think in general, this is the answer. Search for components and apply to your front end, and it will probably work on Android because Chrome is the most popular browser and supports everything.
Yeah. Okay. So nice. There are no more questions. So we finished, and I just want to say that I wish everyone good luck at the hackathon. If you will have any questions, you can ask them in the main group of hackathon, and I'll try to answer more often as I'm free from workshops. So good luck, and thank you for your participation. Together we will go to the moon.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you,
and
Vlad.
good luck on hackathon, and thank you, Vladimir. And yeah, folks, thanks everyone for tuning in, especially for today's session. I tried to do my best. Hope you got some value from this, and yeah, build better products for Telegram and make the ecosystem proud of us all. Thanks.
Thank you, Vlad. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.